They say Java is an island built on fire and faith, but to truly see it, you have to look past the stone and follow the water. Over the next 10 days, we are journeying through the heart of this island, from the ancient spiritual center of Borobudur to the misty highlands of Bandung. We have documented the exact routes, heritage cuisines, and logistical details you will need to plan this journey yourself. Welcome to episode 1. We're starting where the spirit of this region is most alive, in the heart of Borobudur. But before we ascend its ancient steps, we have to eat. Just 5 minutes from the temple gates, we're tasting the soul of the river. Before we witness the monument it helped build, let's dive in.
Most people who come to Borobudur come for the temple, but those who are in the know also come here for the local specialty, a prehistoric looking catfish found only in the Progo River that flows through Borobudur. So right now we're here at Mangut, Beong, Asli, Borobudur 2, a restaurant that specializes in the Beong fish. So guys, let's go and check it out.
Deep in the volcanic silt of the Progo River lives the Beong, a fierce wild-caught catfish that is as much a part of this region's DNA as the volcanic stones of the Borobudur Temple itself.
So guys, over here the ordering system is semi-self-service. Order your fish or the beong from the staff at the counter. This section is purely self-service. You can help yourself to the rice and the side dishes like the vegetable, semi-buffet style. But of course the buffet is not like one price buffet. It depends on what you pick for yourself. So guys, this is our side dishes of assorted vegetables. I think it's a great place for lunch, either before your visit to Borobudur Temple or after your visit. One insider tip, if you are a real connoisseur or foodie, be sure to go for the fish head. This is the fish head and is considered the best part of the Beong fish. Check out the fish head. It looks like a catfish. The head of the Beong is flat, but over here it's called Beong or red-tailed catfish. They cook it in two styles. One is the pedas, which is a spicy mangut, or the non-spicy version. By the way, the gravy here is called mangut, and it's actually made from a blend of ginger, galangal, and candlenut, and also lemongrass. Wow. I think the spice level is acceptable for us. It's spicy, but not overly so. Very savory. Very different from the curries that we usually get in Singapore or Malaysia. It has its own unique local flavor that's predominantly lemongrass and local ginger, as well as candlenut. And this is the non-spicy version. It's more coconutty compared to this version, but I think the base spices are pretty similar. Let's check out the flavor of this fish. The cheek portion is considered to be the wagyu of fish. Okay, it's like supposed to be the most tender portion. Cheers. I'll say that the flavor of the gravy has fully permeated the flesh of this fish. By the way, it's not exactly tender, it's more firm. It's like a cross between a monkfish and a catfish. I mean, in terms of the texture and the firmness of the fish. So since we have the head, we have also ordered the tail, so that we can have head and tail, right? Beginning and the end. And this is the tail portion or the ekor. It's very good as well. I would say it's truly a flavor that's unique to this region. So when you're here in Borobudur, don't just visit the temple. Be sure to check out their local specialty catch, the Beong fish. By the way, this restaurant is located very near to the entrance of the Borobudur Temple, so I think it's a perfect lunch stop after or before your visit. Alright guys, cheers!
So guys, we came in a private hire car, and our driver Dhani is a local here. It's very nice guys. So we are parked here at the east entrance. Later on, we'll take the shuttle to Borobudur because it's about 1 kilometer, and on the way back we're going to walk 1 kilometer this way and meet our driver.
I'm greeting from Jogja.
Yeah, this is Dhani.
Hi.
He's the one who brings us around
Yeah.
from Yogyakarta to Borobudur, and hopefully we'll see him again for the next leg of our journey.
Thank you.
If you like me carrying so many things, you can actually put your luggage over here, and the restroom is over the other corner. Well, for me, I carry this because our equipment are in there. Another tip, you're not supposed to have tripods in there because if you open up the legs, it's going to damage the delicate flow of Borobudur. Alright guys, you have to book your tickets really in advance because to avoid disappointment. You're going to come all the way here and try to get the tickets right here, and well, we can't get it and we cannot go in. Alright. Over here we have the Foreigner Temple Structure tickets. Alright, let's go and check it out.
So guys, this is our ticket number, and we're waiting for our queue number to be called so that we can go and collect our tickets.
As I said earlier, well, if you walk, it's more than 1 kilometer. So over here, they provide free shuttle ride for you to take you all the way to where we're going to meet our tour guide. This is for the ground. This is where we're going up 35 meters. Let's go, guys. After about 5 minutes on the tram, we're finally here. As you can see, there are lots of people here today. It's kind of surprising. And there's a guy selling umbrella out there for I don't know how much, but we didn't buy. So we're just going to take a walk. And really, luckily we took the tram. It's really quite a walk actually if you do walk. So this place is really nice, really impressive. I mean, it's fully renovated recently, a year ago. And you can check out all this lotus pond behind me. It's really nice. Weather chart to tell you, well, all the rain seasons and things like that. By the way, late April, not much of a rain hopefully because it's just past the raining season. So you guys plan on coming over here, well, come over here from April to probably October because towards the end of the year it rains a lot here. So one thing, well, you cannot wear your shoes or sandals into the temple ground. You need to change to something they call the Upanat. So guys, got a Upanat. This Upanat is made up of dry pandan leaf, some coconut, and it's a communal kind of effort actually. This Upanat made by the thousands because there are lots of tourists, as you can see. Most of them are made in the nearby town. One of them is Karangrejo because it brings extra income to the people there, the artisans. It's really a good effort, right guys? Coming over here, check out the temple and then helping community work, right guys? So yeah, by the way, this Upanat you can try it on first. You take your size, try it on. For me, I guess it's size 40, I hope. For my wife, probably a little bit smaller. And they give you this mineral water. As I said earlier, you need to hydrate yourself. Luckily today it's not so hot. On a hot day, you really need, I think, 2 bottles of this.
Also included this souvenir bag for you to keep your Upanat after you're done with the tour.
This is our queue number or waiting number. So what they'll do is you wait here, and then they'll call a number. They'll put in a group of about 15 people, right? And we'll start our ascent up the Borobudur Temple. And by the way, it's good to have a private driver who acts as a guide because according to him, he have taken people who were here hundreds of times, and it's really true. He was able to bring us around like a professional tour guide actually, and it helped us a lot because if we were to come here by myself and my wife, I think we'll get lost really guys. This place is really big. If you join the tour, the temple tour, do remember to give yourself ample time, 30 minutes or 45 minutes for your checking in process, and to get the right Upanat size, and to come over here and take a rest or some video taking and settle down before you start off with your guided tour. Alright guys, this is our group, and so we're waiting for the rest to come over here and join the group 10, about 15 of us maximum. So let's go guys. So we are approaching the stairways. There are about 150 steps all the way up, and there are 5 stairways. This is the east stairways. They are obviously north, south, and west. So normally when you come with a tour, they take you up these east stairways. Let's go up and explore this magnificent temple, right guys? Over here, these black stones, they are andesite volcanic rock, or the lava rock. This rock, I believe, I was told, is from Mount Merapi. Isn't it amazing? And this rock, they're pretty soft to work on. These are the same rock that they used to build Borobudur. No wonder they call this the mountain of dome. As you can see, lots and lots of stupa. We are right now at the base. They call it the base of desire. The base of desire is also known as Kamahatu. Well, it showcases the human grounded desire on worthy things. After a long climb, I mean the steps are really high, so you have weak knees, well you have to hold on to the hand railing. But anyway, we're on level 7 here. This is the transition between the human desire, as I said earlier, and over there is the enlightenment, or they call it the top of formlessness. Over here, there are 72 stupas, and inside every stupa there is a statue. The middle stupa, which is the highest, in there there's nothing, no Buddha. It represents the state of formlessness. So yeah, in the short while we're gonna climb up level 8 and 9, but level 10, unfortunately, is only for pilgrimage, and we're not here on a pilgrimage. But you can sit on the floor, but you cannot climb on the stupa because it's very disrespectful in terms of Buddhism. Well guys, looking around, isn't it amazing how Stanford Raffles founded this place 5 years before he discovered Singapore.
There's a certain timeless feel about this Borobudur Temple. It's kind of surreal to stand here in a structure that's more than 1,200 years old. And there seemed to be a perfect symmetry about this place in spite of the lack of modern technology that was used to build it. And I really love the view here. It's very scenic and very cooling as well. So definitely a must visit when you're here in Yogyakarta. For us, we joined the 3:30 tour because I've heard that it's the least crowded tour of the day, and you can have more space to enjoy this place to yourself.
So we're gonna end our tour here, but well, invite you to drop your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you think about this place? Tell us whether when you come to Yogyakarta next time, will this be one of the Asian places to visit? Borobudur is not only the biggest Buddhist temple in the world, it's a 1,000-year-old puzzle waiting to be discovered. How it kind of disappeared, well, there are a few theories. One of the theory is when Mount Merapi erupted, a lot of people kind of left this place. Another reason is the decline of Hindu-Buddhist religion with the outcoming of Islam. So it's this deep mystery that it holds up to the day that inspire more than 4 million visitors per year coming over here at the steps to hopefully one day they'll find the answer. Signing off from Borobudur, and if you like this Borobudur day trip, give us a like, share and subscribe.
After our tour at Borobudur Temple, we are here at Resto for our dinner. It's now about 5:36 p.m. in the afternoon, but the sun has already almost set. By the way, Chaping means the farmer's hat in Javanese, and this restaurant specializes in Central Japanese cuisine. Yep, and it looks really nice, very rustic, very Javanese. So let's go in and check it out. Let's go, guys. This restaurant itself is made of bamboo. As you can see, the aesthetic is very rustic, very village-like, and the shape of the roof is conical, very much like the hat worn by Javanese farmers. So guys, dinner is served, and what I've ordered for myself is this nila bakar, which is grilled tilapia. It's grilled with some sweet sauce, and it's served with sambal. For my husband, he's ordered ayam goreng, and we've also ordered a side dish of salted tauge or salted bean sprout. But what is most interesting for us is not the dishes tonight, but rather the drinks. Over here at Chaping Resto, they serve Jamu drinks as well. Just 2 types, so we ordered both, and you can either have it cold or hot. For us, we ordered it hot because personally, we believe that herbal drinks are best served hot for the best optimal therapeutic benefits, because cold drinks, according to TCM, can be a shock to the system. The first one is the Beras Control, which is an aromatic ginger drink with rice. Beras is rice and Control is a type of aromatic ginger that's indigenous to Indonesia. And the other one over here, you can't really tell the color because of the dim lighting, but this is kunit asam. From the name, you can easily tell that this is a turmeric plus tamarind drink. Let's start with this one. Right, let's see how it tastes. Cheers. Well, indeed, it's very aromatic, very pleasant. And although it's made of ginger, it's not too spicy. It's very easy on the palate. I think it's a very good beginner's introduction to Jamu. Yeah, and the taste of the ginger kind of lingers at the back of my mouth. Very pleasant, very soothing. And based on this, I think it's because of the ingredients, I think this is good for digestion. It has a very nice earthy, grounding kind of taste, and it's served sweet. Not too sweet, but just sweet enough to make it very pleasant. And the other one, the kunit asam. From the ingredients, you can tell that this is an antioxidant powerhouse because turmeric is high in curcumins, which is a very powerful antioxidant, and asam itself is rich in vitamin C. So I suppose this is very good for your immune system and for your skin as well. Keeps you glowing. Cheers. This is really a very appetizing drink because it's slightly sourish, slightly saltish. I think they add a bit of salt to it because it's slightly saltish, but it's a very good aperitif, I would say, because it kind of gets your saliva going and very appetizing. Yeah, cheers. Good morning, guys. It's 4:40 a.m. in the morning. You'll be wondering why we have woke up so early in the morning. We're heading towards Punthuk, Setumbu right now. Yeah, it's just a few steps away from our hotel, thank God. If not, we got to wake up earlier. So actually, if you want to visit Punthuk, Setumbu, this hotel, the Setumbu Experience Art Hotel is the perfect location for you to stay because it's literally just like 1 minute's walk away from the hotel entrance. Yeah, so we're walking uphill now, and already the roosters are crowing, and there's some shops already open. Now it's about 4:45 a.m. So everyone's bright and early. So, yep, and we can see there's already some people ahead of us heading towards the entrance of Punthuk Setumbu. Yep, the entrance is just right ahead. Check it out over there. Yep, that's the entrance. So, yeah, we're literally just at the doorstep of Punthuk Setumbu because we're staying at the Setumbu Experience Art Hotel.
So guys, we got our tickets, 100,000 IDR for two of us. So the gentleman says that it's going to take about 4 minutes to go up there. He told me the sunrise is 6 o'clock, so I joked with him. I said, just stay in the hotel and take a nap first. But in any case, we're here. There are quite a lot of people up there already. They're going upwards, and we better be on our way, catch a good spot for the Nevada sunrise. Yeah, climb up a slope, some steps, so you have to be careful. Maybe about, we're down about 200 meters. I guess another 150 meters to get up there. Good morning exercise, right guys? Let's go. You can see the sun is about to come up, and that is Mount Merapi. That one is Mount Mambabu, and right over here is Borobudur. It's very small. You need a camera that has a very, very high zoom power, so probably 5 times. So, yep, in about maybe 5-10 minutes. Now it's 5:55 in the morning. So guys, seen the Nevada sunrise. So what do you guys think? Waking up early in the morning, checking out the Nevada sunrise. Well, we're going to hear a toss about it. Do you think it's worth going up there? Well, put your thoughts in the comment section below. By the way, a little bit of how this place became famous. Punthuk Setumbu. Well, a long time ago, it was not famous at all. Nobody knows about it. One fine day, one gentleman took a photograph with Borobudur, Mist and Merapi on the right and Mount Mambabu on the left. So it became instant famous because that photograph was titled as Kingdom in the Clouds. And also another thing that made this place very famous is the show, the very popular Indonesian blockbuster show, Ada Apa Dengan Cinta 2, was shot here. So guys, we are right now at the foothill of Bukit Rhema, Gereja Merpati Putih, or they call it the White Dove Church. It's pretty easy to get a Grab. We came by Grab, so if you don't have a private driver, there are lots of Grab here. We're about to walk up about maybe 5-10 minutes, about 300 to 400 meters of road up to the church. If you don't plan to walk up the steep slope, you can actually get a Jeep here. Right, a Jeep service that can bring you up all the way. Well, my wife and I, if you know, we like to climb Gunung or hill, so we're gonna walk up the steep slope. Right, let's go. Okay, so guys, we just got our ticket, 25,000 IDR, so two of us is 50,000 IDR. So getting the ticket is the easy thing, but guys, walking up the slope, oh, that's another matter. But anyway, we're gonna walk up the slope and have our breakfast. And by the way, guys, don't throw away your tickets. You can change it for free fried cassava at the cafe. Let's go. Behind me, well, the Bukit Rhema Gereja Merpati Putih, or they call it the White Dove Church of Bukit Rhema. If you guys knows about the word Rhema means the word of God, or the spoken word of God. Well, it was designed originally to look like a dove, meaning peace and the Holy Spirit. But on the day when they crowned it with the holiness on top of his head, the local thought it looks more like a rooster. So thereby the name came about Chicken Church or Gereja Ayam.
So guys, after our early morning sunrise visit to Punthuk Setumbu, we're here for breakfast at Kedai Bukit Rhema. It's located at the tail of this church building. Rather, it's the tail of the dove. There's nobody here except for my husband and me. I guess it's not a busy tourist season at the moment. Yeah, it's a really nice place overlooking the hills of Merapi. You can still see the mist in the distance. In case you're looking for a nice place for breakfast, this is definitely the place to go. And for breakfast wise, we've ordered the fried noodles, the bak mi goreng. And by the way, your entrance to this church includes fried cassava. I think it's a local specialty. So in order to have breakfast here, you have to buy entry ticket at the foothill of this church. The ticket also includes a visit to the church later on after breakfast. Check out the noodle. Cheers. A tad salty, but otherwise it's very delicious, very tasty. So guys, we're done with our main course for breakfast and we decide to enjoy our post-breakfast coffee over here at the terrace. Yeah, I think it's really lovely, the view behind me. It's early morning sun, so it's very gentle, feels nice and warm on my back, and there's still a nice cool breeze around me. So I think this is really the perfect hour to enjoy a great cup of coffee over here at Bukit Rhema Gereja Merpati Putih. The specialty coffee here is something that you must try. If you ever come here, it's called Kopi, Cinta. And that literally translates to love coffee. And I guess there must be a story behind this love coffee. Yeah, it smells really good, really aromatic. Cheers. It's really nice. It's deep and robust, and there's nice undertones of toasted caramel. Yeah, it's like very toasty, warm caramel undertone to this coffee, and it really lingers very nicely on the palate. So really great coffee. I'm just wondering why is there a toasted caramel taste, because there's no caramel syrup added to this coffee, obviously, because it's not sweet at all. It's just very aromatic, very full, rich and delicious. And that's why I guess it's called Kopi Cinta.
This church was founded by Mr. Daniel Alamjur back in 1988. In 1988, he had a vision of a dove resting on a hill, and the good Lord spoke to him, "Go build a place of prayer for all nations." He came to this place at Magellan, and he felt that this hill at Bukit Rhema is the right place to build the church. Started the construction way back in 1992. In the year 2000, unfortunately, it came to a stop due to lack of funds. Well, the good Lord answered his prayer, right? Because in 2015, it caught the attention of international media like the Daily Mail and the Huffington Post, which did an article about this church, and it went viral. And then in 2016, this church was used as a set for the very popular Indonesian blockbuster show Ada Apa Dengan Cinta 2. So that two thing kind of cemented the popularity of this church, and well, today many tourists came and visited every year. From the fund they collected from the entrance fee, well, they were able to complete the church to be what it is today. Indeed, when you pray and you believe, God answers. From the two miracles that God sent, they're able to complete this church. A lot of prayers here. Well, hopefully all this prayer has been answered or will be answered. I feel like a maze, but then as you walk through, you can see on both sides, on the corner, there are many prayer rooms. So now we're going to take this step all the way to the crown, or they call it the peak. So guys, up on this second story, there are a lot of wall mural artwork actually done by the residents here. This place used to be a rehabilitation center for drug addicts. You can see all this painting here. They're not done by local artists. They're done by the residents here or the worker here. It tells the viewer like us what they're going through. That's probably done by somebody who really needs God to help. But when you cry out to God for help, God will help you. God will never forsake you, never leave you. So when you go to God, you must know what God is able to do. He's able to do things beyond your imagination. So guys, we climb up to the crown. Well, there's a meaning to it, because when you start from the basement, it's really dark. That's representing darkness. When you up to the crown here, you actually come up to the light, which is Jesus Christ, I guess. Yep, this coming up here is really tight. I mean, the staircase is really tight, one at a time. Make sure you hold on to the railings. Very nice view. You can really get a 360-degree panoramic view. Over there is a table where we just had our morning tea and coffee and fried noodles. Behind me is Mount Monterey. There's a folklore saying that it's actually the architect called Rama who designed this Borobudur, and during the construction he fell asleep and transformed into this mountain range.
So guys, I just realized that behind me is the Punthuk Setumbu, where we were this morning to watch the Nirvana sunrise. In fact, from Punthuk Setumbu, we can see the crown all lighted up this morning. Yeah, and now we are here, so it's really wonderful, the feeling of connection from place to place.
Finishing off on the top of this church known as Bukit Rhema, Gereja Merpati Putih, with a word, right? We quote two scriptures here. Number one is, it says that if you can believe, all things are possible for one who believes. Mark chapter 9 verse 23 and Matthew chapter 19 verse 26. With God, all things are possible. So no matter what you're praying for, asking God, well, always remember, pray with the heart, believe, trust in Him, and always have faith.
For now, we're going to head back to our hotel for a much needed nap. We woke up really early this morning, so we're going to have a nice break at the hotel before our afternoon tour. So guys, we're heading back down to the foothill now. You can either choose to come up here via a jeep or you can walk up. The hill is pretty steep. It's about 300 meters and it takes about 5 minutes walk, or maybe lesser if you're very fit. Yeah, but for us it took about 5 minutes and it's really uphill. You don't want to make the journey, you can always take a jeep for 15,000 rupiah. And I think if 2 ways is 21,000 rupiah. And yeah, I think this is a jeep.
Forget about the buses, the van. They're traveling in style today in this 1970 Volkswagen Safari 181. It's a vintage car, and this one is quite powerful in a way. It's an air-cooled flat-four engine. Alright guys, go.
Most people see Borobudur from the top of a temple. We're doing it from the back of a vintage convertible. We've got 2 hours to go deep into the rice fields of Magelang, and even if the clouds break, the top stays up and the adventure stays on. First stop, getting hands-on with the legendary Gula Jawa.
Well, he's going to show us to make
Sugar.
Gula Jawa.
Gula Jawa, yes.
Bukan Gula Melaka, Gula Jawa. By the way, Karangrejo is very famous for Gula Jawa, or the coconut sugar, other than other things like tofu. Yeah. So if you want really good Gula Jawa, come over to Karangrejo.
Name is Nira. This coconut flour. So stay in the top, cut here. Output liquid sap. Collect in the bamboo. Tripping and activity my uncle morning. And 1 liter sap. So one process this 10 liter sap from the 10 trees per day. Yeah.
This young gentleman wants me to try to make coconut sugar, huh?
Yes, coconut sugar. Slowly stirring.
Yeah, that's how you do it, huh?
1 hour now.
Okay, 1 hour non-stop. I mean, what can I say?
Caramelize process 1 hour and then caramel put in the malt coconut shell.
Okay.
20 minutes cooling down.
So guys, the first stop of our Volkswagen tour is at this Gula Jawa place where we get to see the process of how Gula Jawa is being made. It's still a very artisanal kind of industry, not made with machines, where everything is still made in small batches using manual labor. Gula Jawa is a local produce, produced right here at Karangrejo village. Check out this Gula Jawa. This is the original flavor, and this is the one that's infused with ginger. And I've tasted both, and both are very pleasant, very nice. I was expecting it to taste a bit like Gula Melaka, but it turned out that it's totally different. For the original version, it's much milder in terms of taste than Gula Melaka, which is a very pronounced toffee-like flavor. But for the Gula Jawa, it has a very mild, like toasted coffee taste that's not very obvious. It's just hidden in the undertones of the sugar. And it's very nice, soft kind of sweetness, very mild, very smooth, very pleasant. It doesn't overkill in terms of sweetness. So I think this is a perfect addition to coffee or tea if you don't want your coffee or tea to have a different kind of flavor. But at the same time, it's much lower in glycemic index compared to processed sugar. Yeah, so I think it's a good choice for healthier option if you want something sweet. Yeah, and the ginger flavor is pretty potent because the moment I bite into it, I can taste very strong taste of ginger. It's spicy, it's warming, and it's very pleasant. I think if you have some digestive issue or bloatedness, this would be nice. So it's very interesting to see all this cottage industry is still being practiced, still alive today. Be sure to check it out when you're here at Karangrejo on the Volkswagen tour.
So guys, we're now en route to another heritage kind of artisan work, the pottery at Arunat 2. So this Karangrejo is very important in the sense that it actually contributed to the livelihood of the people during that time. When they're building the Borobudur Temple, feeding the temple artisan worker, the laborer and the monk. In recent years, it has converted to a tourism hub because of two entities working together, very important entities. One of them is the Village Tourist Center, which promote tourism and also conduct classes introducing the product of this Karangrejo. And the other one is the village-owned enterprise. They work hand in hand together to promote tourism to a further extent under a practice known as Proto Goyong, which is a mutual agreement. And over here you can see there's lots and lots of paddy field. That's what Karangrejo is good for, paddy field. When I'm talking about paddy field, Karangrejo produces the best quality of rice, and also rambutans and papayas are really sweet. Those are the micro kind of things that help in the economy. Yeah, over here, whatever Karangrejo make goes back to the economy. In 2020, they awarded the Mandiri status, meaning that self-governance, sustainable tourism kind of thing by the Indonesian Tourism Association, which is a really, really prestigious kind of award. The government and the locals work hand in hand together, building this Karangrejo into a tourist town today. And yeah, the most driving force of Karangrejo economy, there are two attractions here. The one that we just seen, the Punthuk Setumbu, and the chicken church, or we call it the Bukit Rhema Gereja Berarti Putih, which we just visited. So the next time when you're in Karangrejo, don't take it as a sleepy town. It's a town full of really, really good old-fashioned heritage Javanese artisan work passed down from generation way back to 9th century. Share your thoughts with us now. How do you feel about this Volkswagen kind of a tour? Drop it in the comment section below, and we'll see you at the pottery where we get our hands dirty. So now we are at Arun Art. Yes, about to get my hand dirty with the earth from Borobudur. 100% old school. Yeah, so no motor, you just have a turn. They're very famous for pottery, very, very ancient trade, passed down from the 9th century. Wow. Fast and good. The hands are very experienced, like years and years of experience. Guys, done in 7 minutes flat. Don't let this go to waste. You can do some kind of on the face, eh?
Yeah, and then
Yep. There you go, guys.
yeah.
What do you think about it? Well, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whether you come over here and give it a try, take the 7 minutes challenge, right, guys? It's not as difficult as it looks. It's really fun. Your kids can do it too, especially with the guidance of this auntie here. It's really experienced.
The VW tour shows us the spirit of the countryside, but now it's time to taste it. We're heading straight from the rice field to a local favorite for some smoky, authentic Ayam panggang. The smell is already incredible. Come, join us.
Right now we're here at Ayam Panggang Mambo. Mambo being the name of the boss of this restaurant, and as the name implies, they specialize in Ayam Panggang, which is grilled chicken. But the grilled chicken served here is not the typical Javanese style grilled chicken. Over here, it's more of a savory, spicy flavor, synonymous with East Java style of cooking. Let me first start with the drinks, because we've discovered two very interesting drinks over here, which is from the Jamu tradition. The first one which I'd like to talk about is called the Wedang Wu. Okay, Wedang meaning drinks, and Wu actually means trash. So to translate it loosely, it means a trash drink. But don't let the name fool you. It's actually not made of trash. I think it's called a trash drink or Wedang Wu is because of how it looks. Check it out. It's like a pile of leaves floating in water. And the traditional way to serve this drink is in a clear glass, so you can actually see what your drinks is made of. And all these are 100% pure natural herbal ingredients. And you can also enjoy the color of this drink, which is amber in color. And this amber color is imparted by one of the ingredients, which is the sapan wood shavings, which is supposed to provide a lot of antioxidants benefits for the body. And what is this drink made of? It's very interesting. There are 5 ingredients in total. The sapan wood shavings, which give the reddish hue. Ginger, obviously, because ginger is almost always used in Jamu drinks. Cinnamon leaves, nutmeg leaves, and cloves, as well as rock sugar. So this drink is supposed to be sweet, spicy, and very aromatic. Right? Why did I order this drink? Mainly because today is a little bit rainy and we were caught in a little bit of rain during the Volkswagen tour. So I thought a drink like this is just what we need to warm up our body and to expel the cold and the dampness from our body, because it's supposed to improve blood circulation and warm the body as well as reduce cholesterol. This is my first time trying out this drink. Wow, the smell is just so soothing. Wow, it's really good. The taste profile is very complex. It's really spicy. It's kind of hard to describe, but it's very earthy, very grounding, and very soothing. I would say the word soothing, and definitely very warming. Perfect for a rainy day like this. The other one is a more common drink, I would say, because everybody knows ginger, right? But over here, the ginger is smoked over charcoal before they serve it. Well, it really packs a punch. And it's served with lime, so there's a sourish tang to it. So once again, because there's ginger in this drink, it's also very warming for the body, helps to improve circulation and expel the dampness and the cold due to rainy weather like this. And of course, ginger is a great digestive, which is good for after meal or before meal drink to settle your stomach. And this one is served with lime, so there's a shot of vitamin C in this, which is good for our immune system. Now coming to the sides, we've ordered the tempeh, done the Javanese style, very different from what we see in Singapore and Malaysia. Okay, there's a coat of batter over it. And I've also ordered a side dish of urap budangan, which is a Javanese style salad made from bean sprout, some green beans and toasted coconut shred. And coming to the star of the show, the Ayam panggang. The Ayam panggang here is cooked very differently from the usual Javanese style of Ayam panggang, in the sense that there's no sweet ketchup glaze over it. By the way, they use free-range chicken here, right? Kampung chicken. And we've seen a lot of kampung chicken today running all over the village. And their legs are pretty long, by the way, very different from what we see in Singapore and Malaysia. You can choose between spicy or non-spicy, and obviously we've chosen the spicy ones. Like most kampung chicken, the flesh here is not soft and tender. It tends to be more firm, more chewy in terms of texture, but it's better for you because there's no hormone added to it. I must say this is really delicious. The meat is not tender like I mentioned earlier, it's firm but it's not tough. And because of the process of cooking, it allows the herbs and spices to permeate the meat thoroughly. And the flavor is full on, plus the smokiness from the grilling process is all there. So I think I'm going to order more later. I don't think this is enough for my husband and me, judging from how it tastes. Let's try the urap. Once again, this is very good. The bean sprout and the green beans and the vegetable has been lightly blanched, so it still retains the freshness, the crispiness, but no raw taste, and it's sprinkled with toasted coconut shred. So there's very nice texture and flavor to it. It's a slight sweetness, but there's no heavy dressing. The taste comes from the shredded coconut, which has also been lightly sweetened. I think there's a bit of maybe Gula Jawa inside as well. So it's very delicious, savory and slightly sweet, and very fresh and crunchy. Perfect accompaniment to this chicken. So guys, I highly recommend this hotel, the Setumbu Experience Art Hotel, when you're in the Borobudur area and looking for a relatively tranquil and peaceful, quiet place to stay. Well, this hotel is a boutique hotel, so it's not too big. As of now, they only have 20 rooms, but I think they're doing some new extension to make way for more new rooms. We just love its setting. It's like in the midst of nature with beautiful views of the Minore Hills right behind me. Yeah, the pool area is lovely, great for chilling out. The room itself is a pretty basic, minimalist style in a sense. One little tip about the room will suggest the poolside room. I think the poolside room are newer compared to the higher tier room, surprisingly. I know because yesterday our water heater sort of broke down and they brought me to another room for a shower. It's a smaller room, but it's actually newer. It's by the poolside. So guys, if you're looking for a stay here, we highly recommend the poolside rooms. It's just right over there by the pool. So yeah, we have a lovely view of the pool. For our room, it's a little bit aged because what happened is Setumbu Experience actually took over this property from another hotel previously. So I think some of the rooms have not gone through refurbishment yet. But having said that, it's still very comfortable. Yeah, the beds are great. The shower pressure is good. Just that the water heater broke down for that yesterday night for some reason. Right now we're having breakfast. Selection is small but adequate for a simple breakfast. By the way, this hotel is at the doorstep of the Punthuk Setumbu. Very easy and very convenient for those of you who want to hike out Punthuk Setumbu in the wee hours of the morning. And that is the reason why we choose this hotel actually. Hope that you've enjoyed this little review. Do join us for the next stop of our journey. See you guys.
Next, we are trading tranquility for adrenaline as we head to the base of Mount Merapi for a rugged 4x4 adventure.
So guys, it's now 10:30 a.m. in the morning and we've reached the base camp for our jeep tour. We opted for the 2-hour tour because we still have other places to go after that, so we couldn't go for a longer tour. But if you want, you can actually go for longer tours. Yeah, and you can have the option of wet or dry tour. We opted for the dry tour because we didn't want to go through the hassle of changing and cleaning ourselves up before our next destination. But I heard that the wet tour is really fun if you're game for it, right? But do bring a change of clothing if you are going for the wet tour. And I'll put the link for this place in our description below so that you can check it out if you plan to come over here for a jeep tour as well.
Well guys, we're going on this red jeep. It's a 4x4, so very good for trekking up the roads. The rocky road, as told, the last 3 kilometers is really rocky, so we need a 4-wheel drive. So let's go guys. So guys, we're in this 4x4 Jeep. It's a little bit bouncy because as you know, in Jeep 4x4 suspension is really hard, so I want to take on the rocky road. Mount Merapi is considered as a decade volcano. There's 16 of them in the world. It's categorized by the International Association of Volcanology and Chemistry of Earth Interior. Well, to define as a decade volcano. Why? Because of its regular destructive eruption, and it's situated in proximity to population. So later on we're going to the site and to witness the 2010 eruption, which is really very catastrophic. It's sad to say this, but to some of these people, the eruption is really a good thing, sent by heaven, they say, because it actually fertilizes the soil for the plantation, for the fruits and the vegetables and the rice. To others, a source of destruction. During the 2010 Mount Merapi eruption, total devastation here. All the houses totally destroyed. You can see behind us, totally destroyed. But the pyroclastic kind of material that flies over here, the smoke, the ashes.
Bina baru semua. Sudah bina baru semua.
Itu
Bina baru.
oh, baru punya?
Yeah. New building.
New building, that's a new building, yeah. Itu pokok semua habis?
Iya, pokok semua habis. Dari ujung bukit sana ada bukit ya, itu terbakar itu dari asap lava sampai 15 km di ujung sana, terus ke bawah juga sampai 17 km.
10 km?
17 km.
Wah, 17?
Iya, 17 km.
Yeah, 15 kilometers here, totally destruction, and the rockets fly all the way back, 3/10 of kilometers, and it's really it exhibit the power of this eruption, Mount Merapi, one of the worst one back in 2010. So guys, we're going up the slope right now. There's a safety zone, a kind of a perimeter, about 8 kilometers, so I have to keep away from them. This 8-kilometer zone, nobody's supposed to stay there, but according to our driver, they say there's still people staying here. That's why I noticed
But he says that most of them, they miss their home, they miss their village, Kawasan, they miss the Kawasan. They come in the morning to do some work, and at night they go back downtown, down 8 kilometers away to stay, because the authorities here, they are pretty strict on this safe zone, right? Well, in a way to keep them safe, and yeah, you might not know when it's gonna, erupt again, right? So guys, we are now at Museum Marijan. Itu original?
Yes, original.
Check it, look inside here. Yeah, guys. Saw bird. It's really, scary to look at this thing, right? So guys, it's really sad to see all these things. This furniture used to belong to people, and here we have some skeletons of animals. Yeah. I think lembu.
Cow, yeah, lembu.
Lembu, cow. Ada kuda?
Kuda tak ada.
No horses, but mainly those domestic animals like cows and all these things. You can check it out, the jawbone, the teeth, and these are the tiber, I think, the leg bones, and the skull. You can see the eye socket is right here, and this is skull. So yeah, it's really sad to see all this thing here. Reminds me of all this devastation that Mother Nature can cause. Mother Nature can provide you lots of things, but it can also be very, very destructive. The fumes, it actually goes up many, many kilometers up. These are the pyroclasmic fumes. That means it contains dust, ashes, stones, and all sort of things. Inside the volcano is so hot that it can melt rock. There's a lot of them were sleeping, and they didn't know what hit them, just like the Pompeii kind of eruption many, many centuries ago. It's really bumpy here. You can check it out. The video is shaking relentlessly. Yeah, a little rock here. Yeah, it's good that we're on a 4-wheel drive. You're on the normal sedan. I think after this, you gotta change all your shock absorbers, right, guys? Yeah, and you got this roll bar to hold on to. It's pretty sturdy. Other than that, the whole car is shaking. So guys, we are inside this bunker, Kadiaman. This bunker actually protects people from smoke from a volcano eruption. Unfortunately, it was not designed to protect you from lava flow. And the lava actually came in here and killed 2 people here. Behind me, you can see Kali Kindo. Looks like a stream. Well, actually, it was made to divert the lava from Merapi, just in case it erupts again 15 kilometers down the way. So we are right now at the last stop of this tour. Behind me is this mini museum of Sisa Hataku. Sisa Hataku means the remain of my wealth. So later on, just a moment, we're gonna go up there and check out the museum. In this mini museum, or it's actually not a museum, it's a house, actual house of somebody staying here. And you can see this clock here, 5 minutes after 12 midnight. Well, the time has been kind of immortalized here. These are the actual remains of the house kind of clock and furniture. Thursday, 5th November 2010. Gives you an eerie kind of feeling. You must imagine they were sleeping 5 minutes past midnight and this happened. A lot of people didn't know what came and what hit them. Look at the raw power of a volcanic eruption. It's really scary. Pyroclastic gases, stones, fire, lava. You breathe in those gases, it's about 300 degrees Celsius, you can burn your lung straight away. Yeah. You have all these things. That's why this place is called Sisa Hataku, the remains of my wealth. All these bottles, they were once, this household kind of a jar, a few things and cups like this and all these things here. The glassware. All these are original. I mean, they left it here, make it a museum. You know, somebody's photo album. Checking out some of the photo albums all burned. You got boulders, you know, the size of minibuses coming down with a lava flow, and some smaller ones flying, kind of like catapult from the, you know, where the Merapi is. And I was told the rain, ash rain, 17 kilometers from here, it rained over Yogyakarta. It's really scary, the kind of raw power and the wind that carry it. This is a Mangut kind of a thing. Can you tell what it is? Well, this is actually a radio. So one of this stone that came down, they call it the Watu alien, or the alien stone. It came down by the lava flow. This must have weighed a few hundred tons. This is the one. Why they call it Watu alien is because look at the face. It does look like, you know, it came from underneath the earth and decided to rest over here. These are the monitor for the computer. Yeah, cupboards, and well, during that time, well, life is more important. They left everything they had behind and they ran. That should be the way. We'd like you to share our thoughts on this tour of Mount Merapi and seeing the aftermath of its eruption at ground zero. Yeah, do share your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section below, right, guys?
So guys, we come to the end of our Merapi jeep tour. We opted for a 2-hour tour, and I got to visit a few places, mainly museums and lookout points. Yeah, but I must say that this jeep tour is not just about adventure, although the jeep ride portion itself is pretty adventurous because it's bumpy and it's kind of rugged. Yeah, but mostly I would say that it's a very, the feel of this tour is like quite sobering, quite solemn, because we saw how Mount Merapi's eruption devastated thousands of lives and family, and it's really quite a sad thing to see the aftermath of this eruption on various homes which have turned into museums. It allows us to see how the lives of the people were affected here, and it's also a kind of I guess it's a kind of reminder as well of how resilient human beings can be in the face of adversity and how they rebuild thereafter. So guys, we hope that you've enjoyed this portion of our video. When you're in Yogyakarta, do come for this tour. I think it's a very unforgettable experience.
After the dust and rugged trails of Mount Merapi, it's time for the ultimate reward. Just a short drive away is Pawon Margitu, a hidden culinary gem where the air smells like wood smoke and the vibes are pure Java. If you're looking for the best way to refuel after a Merapi tour, this is it. Let's go see what's cooking.
So guys, right now we're here at Pawon Margitu for our lunch. Yeah, it's actually like a self-service buffet style, and there's a wide assortment of very delicious looking Indonesian dishes, and we're going to check it out and try for ourselves which one is the best. It's really hard to choose because there's so many variety here, and by the way, the ambience is really nice as well. It's actually quite a crowded restaurant. It's really popular, but at the same time I feel really tranquil because I think of the rustic setting and the soft gamelan music in the backdrop. So we just came out from our jeep tour. It's about 25 minutes drive away from the base camp of our jeep tour. So I think this is the perfect lunch spot after your Merapi jeep tour. So guys, this is our lunch. By the way, the name of this restaurant is translated to Grandpa's Gito's Kitchen. So I think this is like a home cooked style kind of cuisine. And in fact, the setting is amidst the rice paddy field. Yeah, we're surrounded by lush rice paddy field. So it's actually a very nice rustic countryside setting. It's a very nice and laid back way to enjoy your lunch. Yeah, especially after your jeep adventure at Merapi. We've ordered their signature bestseller, the fish that's cooked with asam. Let me just give it a taste. This is very smoky. The moment I bite into this fish, I can taste the smokiness. It's spicy, slightly sourish, and very smoky, very delicious. I think this kind of taste is an acquired taste. And in fact, I can feel it growing on me already because the aftertaste is really nice, very smoky, very aromatic in a very unique way. Okay, the other dish that we ordered is the Ayam bakar, which is the Javanese grilled chicken. This is sweet. This is very signature style of Javanese cooking with the sweetness of the sauce, different from the one we had last night, which is not sweet at all. This is another chicken dish. It's a shredded chicken. They use a lot of lemongrass here. One dish I want to really try is this papaya leaves because I've never tried papaya leaves before. Check out the nice greenish color. It's really beautiful. The leaves are not exactly tender. There's a chewiness to it. I can feel that it's very dense in nutrient, being papaya leaves. And papaya leaves traditionally is used to treat malaria or dengue fever. So I think it's rich in lutein and vitamin A, if I guess correctly. As per Javanese style of cooking, it's slightly sweet as well. I think this is a place that serves really traditional Javanese style cuisine because the dishes are on the sweeter side, but having said that, it's still very delicious. Okay, this is wrapped in banana leaves and then grilled. I think it's very much like our ota. Yep, this is the piece. Really spicy, but love the blend of spices. I think there's turmeric, there's bits of lemongrass, chili, galanga in this ikan pipis. It really packs a punch here. Well, let me try the sambal first because I love sambal, especially Indonesian Malay sambal. It's really good. Don't let the look fool you. It's not too spicy, but it's very fresh, very delicious. Slightly bitter. I think it will go really well with all the dishes here. So guys, we're going to tuck into our lunch now. We don't have much time because we're heading off to Prambanan Temple next. So see you at the next stop.
Lunch was the perfect fuel for our next stop, the legendary Prambanan Temple. We're leaving the rustic charm of the countryside behind to explore this massive 9th century UNESCO World Heritage Site. And the scale of these spires is absolutely mind-blowing. Let's go.
We're now at Prambanan Temple, the largest Hindu temple in the whole of Indonesia and the second in Southeast Asia. Today here we're going to visit a couple of Hindu temples and one Buddhist temple if we have time. So here is the foreigner or tourist check-in counter. To buy your tickets online is easier, so just scan your barcode and you can get entry. Today is really hot. Hit a cap, sunblock, and once you exit this entrance, you turn to your left, which is the east side, and you go straight. That will be the Prambanan temple site, right? So now we are going in and check it out. Let's go, guys. So we're going over to here. This is the main site called Roro Jonggrang. The legend says that Roro Jonggrang was a princess, and the prince fell in love with her. He said that this prince's name is Bandung Bando Wosu. In order to marry her, she gave him a task: build 1,000 temples in one night before daybreak. So, well, with the help of genie, they were about to complete the 1,000 temple, but she tricked him into saying that, well, dawn has arrived, so the genie disappeared. He managed to complete 999 temple. Yep, that's the story goes. And yep, so now we're gonna check out this place, and later on, if there's time, we'll go straight, turn, and come back. It'll take about 1 kilometer. So let's go and check out this Roro Jonggrang temple. Let's go, guys.
Standing here, the air feels different. For centuries, these spires were hidden, reclaimed by the landscape, until they were rediscovered to tell a story of devotion that transcends time. Prambanan is more than a monument. It is a story written in stone, a masterpiece of devotion and ancient mysticism.
So guys, after about 200 meters walk from the entrance under the hot sun, we are finally standing on the site of this Roro Jonggrang site of Prambanan Temple. And this site of the Prambanan Temple was dedicated to the Hindu Trimurti of the Hindu Holy Trinity. One of them is Shiva, which you can see right in the middle, the highest tower, so to speak, is dedicated to Shiva. And over on my right here, this tower is dedicated to Vishnu. The other side, the other tower is dedicated to Brahma. This structure was built in 9th century, quite close to the Borobudur Temple at Borobudur, which is a Buddhist temple. And this one over here, the Prambanan temple, is a Hindu temple. Both of them depict a journey. The one at Borobudur depicts the journey of human desire all the way to enlightenment, and over here it depicts a journey of Rama. All these structures here, they are made of volcanic rock, and this is volcanic rock from Mount Merapi. Just the same as the temple in Borobudur, this here doesn't use any plaster or cement. No, nothing. It's just a joinery, stone joinery. And when you look at the details, the panel relief, the stone relief, it tells a story. The details there is so realistic that when you look at it, it seems that there's all the animals about to jump off the wall.
So what happened to Princess Rorojongkra after her trickery? Well, in a moment of profound realization, the prince looked to Rorojongkra. He didn't use force. He used the final remains of his power to ensure her presence would haunt these grounds forever. As the real sun finally touched the horizon, the princess felt her breath turn to stone. She became the final statue, the missing 1000 temple, destined to stand eternally within the northern cellar of the Shiva temple, a figure of grace frozen in volcanic rock, turning a legend of trickery into a monument of timeless beauty, the Durga.
So guys, we just exited from the main compound of the Prambanan temple. Yeah, we wanted to visit Sewu temple as well. And Sewu temple is actually the second largest Buddhist temple in Indonesia. But unfortunately, it's about maybe 400 to 500 meters away from the exit of Prambanan temple. And I don't think we have the time to do it because we have to go to our next stop. And we have a performance to catch tonight. So if you guys want to visit Sewu temple, do allow yourself at least another hour or so at least. We actually spent about 2 hours at Prambanan temple main compound alone. So I think if you really want to see everything here, including the Sewu temple, do allow yourself at least three hours or more if you want to linger and just slowly take in the ambience and the beauty of this temple compound. Yeah, because it's truly, there's so much to see, and even 2 hours to find that time just flew by. Yeah, and maybe because we are doing a lot of videos as well, so I guess that really ate into our time. So guys, we're going to head off to the exit now, where our driver Dhani is waiting for us to send us to our next stop, which is dinner. Let's go guys.
After an afternoon lost in the ancient stone spires of Prambanan, we have found our way to a plateau that feels, well, heavenly. This is Chandari Heaven. Perched high on the Boko Hills, it offers a commanding perspective of the entire Prambanan Plains. Even if you are not staying here, Chandari Heaven is a great strategic stop for a sunset dinner. It's now 5:15 p.m. and the golden hour is just beginning to drape over the valley.
This drink is really great. It's spicy, but it's very refreshing. Yeah, I can feel the peppery kick at the back of my throat when I take a sip of it. It feels very nourishing, and it feels like it's packed with nutrients because of the herbs and spices. I believe there's tamarind and turmeric in this. It's called a rojak something. I can't quite remember the name of this drink, but I'll put it in the caption below. Very fruity, spicy drink. I think it's great for your skin, packed with vitamin C. Cheers. Try out this prawn. It looks really nicely grilled. It's really good. It's served with kind of salsa. So it gives a very bright citrusy taste to the coconut gravy, and the prawn is cooked just right, not overly cooked, and it's very fresh. So it's nice and succulent and fruity, but at the same time coconutty. It's like a fusion dish. I feel like it's very fusion, this particular dish.
As we enjoy our sunset dinner, the sky turns a deep indigo, but our night is just beginning. After dinner, we have 15 minutes to reach the Ramayana Ballet. From the silence of the hills to the fire of the stage, we'll see you at the next stop.
Hi guys, so right now we're at the Ramayana Ballet. It's going to start at 7:30, and today the performance is done indoor because it's supposed to be a rainy season now, but from May onwards it'll be outdoor. Yeah, so we book our tickets in advance online via Klook, and we just need to scan a QR code and we get our tickets. Somehow we're entitled to two drinks, one for me, one for my husband. So we redeem it over here. Yeah, you can have a choice of hot or cold beverage.
Well, this ballet is actually a play regarding Rama and journey to save his wife. Yeah, and they also perform it in the Sandatari kind of way, meaning that they combine drama, art, and dance, and there's no dialogue. They use hand, what we call mudras, to perform the show. I was told that the outside theater is much better because the background is the Prambanan temple, and it's really, really nice and scenic, all the lights. But the indoor theater, although a little bit confined, but it's much more comfortable in the sense that it's air conditioned, away from the elements of the weather, and the acoustic is definitely much better. You can book a ticket online, but you have to book it fast because like my wife said, we book it through Klook. Get the VIP seats. You have to pay a little bit more because you know why? You're right in the center of the stage, and when they start to do the fire dance, well, it's right here. It's all beginning here. So they sit at the corner. Doesn't mean it's not good, but you don't get the center feel, right? So yeah, that's all I have to say about this Ramayana Ballet. Now for us to kick back after a nice dinner and enjoy the show.
Watching the ancient legend of Ramayana unfold tonight, you realize that Java isn't just a place, it's a living, breathing story. We've gone from the volcanic ash of Merapi to the sacred stone of Prambanan, and finally to the hypnotic rhythm of this stage. But our journey through Indonesia is only getting started.
In our next episode, we're leaving the ancient legends behind for the raw power of the ocean. We're heading to the rugged south seas of Gunung Kidul, where we will face the famous Timan Beach gondola, dive into a legendary lobster lunch, and stand on the edge of massive ocean cliffs at On the Rock Dhani. You don't want to miss the adrenaline of these views. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we'll see you at the coast.